Not so smart? We all love our smartwatches. They track our steps, they monitor our heart rate, they even tell us when to breathe. But what if I told you that these little devices aren't as smart for our health as perhaps we thought they were? So from EMF radiation to sleep disruption to psychological addiction, let's uncover the hidden risks that you need to know. My name's Emma Voisey. If you haven't visited my channel before, welcome. I'm a health coach and my channel is all about empowering you to fully understand your own health or lack of it and why, and what positive natural steps that you can take to recover your vibrancy and transform yourself just like I did. The positive and the negative effects of both our lifestyle choices and super importantly, the foods, the fuel we put into our bodies, why we suffer from so many issues, even more so as we age, and what we can do to change the script and therefore transform our health outcomes, transform our futures. So first off, EMF exposure, electromagnetic frequencies. It's a constant source of radiation. Smartwatches, like this little guy here, use Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and cellular signals, and they are constantly emitting these EMFs because they're constantly communicating with a base station. And because we wear them on our bodies, they're communicating through us, you know, through our body tissue. EMF concerns have been linked to things from headaches to sleep issues to brain fog and even long-term health risks, things like cancers. Studies show us that wearables, which is what these are called, expose us to radiation all day long, and we wear them right against our skin. And this is more than other types of wireless technology because they're the only thing that we do actually, you know, that we're wearing. Well, them and in-ear Bluetooth headphones, but I'll save that subject for another video. Does it disrupt your body's natural electromagnetic field? Well, it can certainly affect your skin, the skin around where you wear the watch because of the close distance. Radiation is emitted at levels that are considered legally safe. So Apple, for this is an Apple Watch, will tell you that their watches do comply with SAR. SAR stands for specific absorption rate. And yeah, as I'm sure they do. You know, obviously it's a legal product and it's on the market, so of course it does comply with regulations. However, and that means they can claim it's safe to use. However, many experts believe that SAR is not the best safety standard. And get this, the manufacturer tests their own SAR, their own specific absorption rate of any of their devices. They're self-tested. There's no regulatory body overseeing this. There's no government agency making sure that those levels are to a safety standard. They're set by the manufacturer. So that to me is a little bit like children doing exams and then being given back their papers and marking them for themselves. Next up, sleep disruption. Smartwatches could be ruining your sleep. Many people sleep with these on to track the sleep. I didn't sleep with mine on when I was still wearing my smartwatch. I didn't keep it on at night time. I would actually switch it off and you know, switch it right off completely because from when I was really, really young, my aunt told me that a watch, and we're just talking a regular wrist watch with a, you know, the kind we used to wind up, emits a pulse which affects, and it wasn't an electromagnetic frequency, but just the very act of wearing something like that on your skin does actually affect the body's equilibrium. So that was just a regular old-fashioned wristwatch. So I'd never slept with a watch on ever since she told me that, which must probably 30 or more years ago. EMF exposure at nighttime can disrupt melatonin production. And if you either watched my video on sleep or you're super smart, you will know that melatonin is a sleep hormone, is one of the major sleep hormones, and we need melatonin levels to rise as we get towards nightfall, because that tells the body that it's nighttime and it's time to relax, it's time to go to sleep, leading us into a relaxed, restorative night's sleep where your body's doing all its repair, essential repair. You know, sleep is the foundation of everything. So if EMF exposure at nighttime can disrupt your melatonin production, making it harder to fall into deep sleep, and the constant notifications and data tracking can also cause you sleep anxiety, are you getting enough deep sleep? Is your sleep good enough if you're wearing your smartwatch whilst you're trying to sleep? So the solution is just take it off at night time, use airplane mode and focus on natural sleep cues instead of these tech-driven metrics, which we've all become slightly obsessed with over the last 5 or so years. It seems to have become, you know, more and more and more. Next up, psychological addiction, trapped by the data. Are we becoming slaves to our own biometric data? Constant tracking, obsession with numbers, steps, calories, sleep scores. It can lead to stress, anxiety, and even disordered thinking. And who cares? It doesn't matter. When I was still wearing my Apple Watch, other smartwatches are also available. When I first used to wear it, I too would move my wrist around if I wasn't going to close a move ring for a particular hour, and I couldn't get up and move around because I'm on a plane or I'm working or something, or I'm in a meeting. And I've seen my husband jump out of bed at just about to, because we both switched them off and took them off at night time. But he would check his move rings, check all his rings, and if he hadn't closed his exercise ring, he would jump out of bed and do some press-ups until he'd burned enough calories, according to his watch, to have hit his move goal. You know, like, who cares? It doesn't matter. You know whether you've done enough, appropriately moved for the day or not. You don't need a gadget to tell you that. Just write it down in your journal, or write it down in a notebook, or put a note on your phone of how many minutes you went out and walked for. You don't need to know your step count. It's not something that's essential for your survival. So this dopamine-driven behaviour, that we feel the need to close these rings, to hit these targets, to get these validations from our devices. What's the solution? Just use it more mindfully. Wear it when it's useful. Wear it if you're going to go out for your 5 mile or your 10 kilometre run, or whatever it is you're doing. You're going to go and do an insanity class or do your HIIT training for the day. Wear it then, wear it when it's useful, but don't let it control your daily habits or determine your self-worth, because you're allowing that to tell you really whether you're good enough or not. And you're better than that. You don't need that to tell you. You don't need those answers from a gadget. Should you stop wearing a smartwatch? Well, I'm not saying ditch it completely, but I have. But be intentional. Use it as a tool rather than a crutch. Be aware of its downsides and take steps to minimise those risks to yourself. Because somebody's dad once said to me, one of my best friends' dad said to my husband and I 25 years ago, because it was a long time ago, it was at a 30th birthday party of one of my best friends, and we're the same age. He said, if you haven't got your health, you know, your health is everything. And he was already getting on a bit by that stage, but he lived on for a good many more years. But he said to us, your health is everything. And he was so right. And I've kept that in my mind ever since then, because he was just absolutely dead right. Where's your ball then? Without our health, what have we got? Living a life in poor health when you could have done something about it and changed it has got to be like the worst decision that you've ever made. And you just don't have to jump on that particular bus. So ask yourself about your smartwatch. Is it actually improving my health, or is it just stressing me out? And mine was stressing me out, and I just decided it was time for it to go, so it did. So what are you squeaking about, mister? Mikey says, hurry up, we've got to get on with the rest of this walk. So in summary, Tell me what you think. Comment below. Let me know whether you wear a smartwatch and whether anything I've said today is going to perhaps spur you to start to use your watch a little differently. Have you noticed any negative effects? Please drop a comment below and let's have a chat about this. It's a big subject and it is really, really important. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and hopefully I will see you on my very next video. Bye for now.